maybe some football weather. We're certainly gearing up for the start of the season that happens this week.
And that includes Centenary football, which is entering its second full year. Their season kicks off in just 12 days against Westgate Christian. So let's tell Taylor Gibson, go long, Taylor, go long.
Yeah.
With more details on what we can expect. Hi, Taylor.
Good morning, Shannon. Yeah, we are here celebrating not only the start of another football season for Centenary, but 200 years of this school's legacy, which is so cool. Let me throw some numbers at everyone real quick. This school, the football program specifically, started in 1894. Think about that. That is 200 years ago. That's when the football program started. Now we have to follow through a little bit. Some things happened actually in the 1920s and 30s. Centenary got some big college football wins. One of them was against my LSU Tigers back then, but a lot of things have changed since then. Obviously, we know that Centenary football has been gone for the more recent years, but they came back last year in 2024 and are now gearing up for another amazing season. We were able to speak with Coach Brian Dawson, the head coach of Centenary football, and he was able to talk to us about what actually this season means. In year 2, we are fully focused on laying out a strong foundation and building a lasting culture for our program. So obviously things are still early in development here with Centenary, and they want to make sure that their building blocks are good for the upcoming years. They are a Division III program, and so as the morning goes on, we'll be able to look into their practice as things get going. They start at 5:45, so the next time you see us, you should see some players, and we'll be able to speak with the head coach himself, which will be a lot of fun. But obviously, I think the most important thing about this upcoming season with Centenary is obviously getting your players out there, getting another year of experience in. You know, you're going to have new freshmen coming in, you're going to have a whole new recruiting class, people are hitting the transfer portal, all those different type of things are at play. And so we're going to see hopefully Centenary pull out a lot more and show a lot more of their playbook this year. It'll be a lot of fun looking into that. For right now, we are outside the Golden Dome here at Centenary in Shreveport.
This is the week we've all been waiting for. Football is back.
And that includes Centenary football, which is entering its second full year. The season kicks off in just 12 days. Their first will be up against Westgate Christian. And joining us live to tell us more about it, KTBS 3's Taylor Gibson with more details on what people can expect from the program. Good morning, Taylor.
Yeah, Shannon, Nate, this time of year is like Christmas to me. Football season is back and I am just giddy. I'm kicking with joy during this time of the year. Look, we are going to talk about Centenary's dormant legacy with when we're talking about football. They started all the way back in 1894. That's 200 years ago, which is an absolute insane history. Most of us know that Centenary football just came back as of last year in 2024, and this is the program's second year in history as of recent date. But if we look back to their golden age, that was about the 1920s, 1930s, they got some really big key wins. We're talking about LSU, which, I mean, I saw that and I had to look up to see if that fact was even true. But yeah, I mean, they were beating LSU, taking out people like that. I was able to talk to the head coach, Dawson, and he said, we have an outstanding group of high character young men who are committed to greatness, both on and off the field. In addition, we are dedicated to serving the Shreveport Bossier community. So when he's talking about what group of people he is recruiting and bringing into Centenary football, he's bringing in people who are dedicated on this field. I mean, it's early right now, guys. It's obviously around 5:45 here in the morning. So it's early. We got an entire team out here dedicated. And one thing that I'm observing while I'm here on the field, it's very quiet. Everybody is very focused. There's not a lot of outside chatter. There's no one joking around or goofing off this morning. They're up and they're out here making business decisions and they're working hard, which is a good thing you want to see out of your football program. Like we said earlier, they're looking to improve their culture and lay the foundation for their early part of their football program, and it looks like they're doing a great job. I mean, the high character young men out here stretching and getting their practice in, you love to see it. Nate and Shannon, like I said, this is my favorite time of the year, and we're looking forward to another great football season.
We are ready for it with the cooler weather here. I'm ready to put on the hoodies, and most importantly, I'm ready for some football season, and we are gearing up for it.
And that includes Centenary football, which is entering its second full year. Their season kicks off in just 12 days. They're going to be going up against Westgate Christian. We have Taylor Gibson joining us live from the field where they're running some practice drills. Good morning, Taylor.
He's got the pads on.
Good morning, guys. I am out here. It's the best time of the year. We're out here warming up, getting our stretches in. It is Centenary football. Let's talk about the dormant legacy of Centenary football. Obviously, 200 years is when this program originally started. That is all the way back in 1894 is when this football program started. Their golden age was actually in the 1920s and 30s, where they took down some pretty big names. One of those was my LSU Tigers back in the day, but a lot has changed since then, obviously. Most of us know that in recent years, actually in 2024, the football program actually came back, and we're looking at the second year of this football program. We were able to talk with the head coach Dawson, who was able to talk about what they actually expect from this upcoming year. He talked about the character and the foundation that these people, these players are out here bringing, saying that in year two we are fully focused on laying a strong foundation and building long-lasting culture for this program. And one thing that I've noticed out here is that there isn't a lot of chatter in between the players. There's a lot of focus and a lot of people that are out here early in the morning, but they're putting in work and they're here. And obviously, as you can see behind us, we're all stretching. We watched a little defense of practice earlier, watched a little offensive practice earlier. These guys are locked in. They're here working together as a team, and that's why football season is my Christmas time. I mean, I just get so excited being out here and being with teams like this, and just seeing and watching the brotherhood and the foundation being built here is so awesome. That's what we are looking at here at Centenary. Nate, Shannon?
It's football season officially kicking off this week. It is week one, and that's, well, we got some local teams on the college side gearing up for a big season ahead.
That's right. Brian was talking about football being, football weather. Something is in the air around Centenary College because Centenary football is getting ready for its second full year with their season kicking off in just 12 days against Westgate Christian. And we've been hearing from Taylor Gibson all morning long on the program, what people can expect this year. Good morning, Taylor.
Good morning, Nate, Shannon. I have been out here enjoying a beautiful morning thanks to Brian's amazing forecast, and we have been looking at Centenary football, looking at the dormant history of it all. This program started all the way back in 1894. That is 200 years ago. That is when this football program officially started. Looking back at some of their golden heydays, that was back in the 1920s and 30s when they took down some really impressive opponents like LSU, Texas, TCU, Baylor, Rice, tons of different ranked teams that we all know and love today. They were hanging with the best of them. Obviously, we know that in recent history, the football program actually went away for a long time before that the school reclaimed NC Division III back in 2021. Now, back in 2024, just last year, the football program came back, and head coach Dawson actually is the first African-American head coach of this football program's history, which is a super, super cool fact. He said that we have an outstanding group of high-character young men who are committed to greatness both on and off the field. In addition, we are dedicated to serving the Shreveport and Bossier community. When talking about this team, he was really making sure that we understood the importance of laying the foundation of having such a great team. And obviously, with year two of this program now, they want to make sure that, the culture is really starting from last year, but it bleeds into this year, even next year. The foundation are going to be this next, 2 or 3 years to really make sure this program gets up and going. We're looking for an exciting second year here of the program, and we've had a great morning so far. These guys have been really committed. They've obviously, one thing I've noticed just on the field, and I've said it all morning long, these guys are focused. They are not chatting and not joking around here. They woke up early for a reason, and they're committed to playing some great football. I've had a great morning out here. Sending it back to the studio. Nate and Shannon.